to say.
Morning all. Oh, Jonathan, I was only watching you the other day. The other morning, in fact. It was watching your live stream that made me think, oh, do you know, I'll press the live button sometimes and see what happens. Well, I was wondering as well, there's Martin. I was wondering whether... I was wondering why some people, as soon as you post a video, someone's clicking like and someone's watching it instantly, and I see Martin's name around. So if any of you are the ones that get notifications and are watching them instantly, thank you so much. It does amaze me that I post a video and there you go, that's better. Sorry about that. It does amaze me that you're actually watching so quickly after I post them. So thank you all for watching. Have to catch up sometime, Jonathan. Love to hear about your experiences with the Leaf, etc., and what you're doing with selling cars. It's a wonderful world in electric cars, and can't wait to find out more and more about it. And hi to whoever that was in Uruguay, Andre. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't quite read all the messages. The Zoe's Nemesis, yeah, Instavolt chargers, yeah. It's a shame, isn't it, that older electric cars have these quirks, you know, whether it's type 1 connections or the Zoe's inability to charge on anything else but AC. Is that what it was? It's such a shame. I seem to have quite a biased opinion because obviously being a newbie to electric car owners and having one that, shall we say, is state of the art, it is a bit of a privilege. It's made it easy for me, so I do feel for those that are going at it full steam in shall we say, a harder electric car to live with. So it's great to hear that you're getting on all right and enjoying them. Yeah, Jonathan, absolutely. I need to talk to you about a plan really sometime, because yeah, I was going to do a video on my plans for the channel, but I can probably start talking about it now. One of the things that I want to do is part of my retirement. I just want to head north. I want to get in the car, close the door, and drive Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, through on all the way up. I want to go to Thurso, and now that I know that you're up in Orkney as well, it looks so much fun to go across on the ferry. So I want to travel Britain, and I just want to get in the car and go. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be fantastic. My mum was actually born in Thurso, and I think my granddad was stationed up there with the Merchant Navy back in the day. And it's just one of those things that I've got to go and I've got to look. The family was there, so there's lots of reasons for doing it. I probably haven't been anywhere further than Inverness in my life so far, so I've got so much more of Scotland to see, and the fact that it's so beautiful and so EV friendly, it's just got to be done. Max Pesh, yes, start saving your pennies to go electric. It's best to save as many as you can and get as good a car as you can is my recommendation. Don't compromise, because it changes how you enjoy the car from what I can see. So yeah, get saving and get as good a one as you can. Oh, a pint in Tenerife. Now, yeah, it's pints or coffee and cake, any of those, and I'll be there with you. I'm flabbergasted. 32, so this is my first time looking at the YouTube screen and seeing what's on it, and 32 people watching right now from me just deciding while I'm charging to go live. Interesting. Thank you very much. I just missed who that was. Very informative channel. RJJ, thank you very much. I do try. It's sometimes a pain when you get so many negative comments saying you shouldn't do this and you're not qualified to talk about that. It bugs me somewhat, because who is qualified to say what? I just like to present my honest opinion and what I'm feeling, and I know that some people can associate with that, so that they like it. So if you're watching and you're liking and enjoying the videos and it's helping, then I'm really pleased about that. Coffee and cake in Manchester it is. Who's that? Alex. Yeah, just have to work out what sort of cake, eh? Or multiple. Yeah, I do. I'm getting better. It's part of the experience of having an EV. I'm also living the experience of being a YouTuber, I suppose, and it is difficult because it feels sort of rude to post a video and not look at the comments and not respond to them. So if you're going to read them, sometimes I can't help but reply, and sometimes it does get to you. But I think I'm growing a thicker skin, so hopefully it will get better in time. I was just trying to put some music on in the car, but of course, if I'm broadcasting, I can't put anything on that will cause a copyright issue. And then I also tried to put my Bluetooth on the phone, but you can't do that, otherwise it cuts you guys off. So I'm stuck without any music at the moment. Tony, your Kona arrives in... Oh, I can't quite see that message. 2 weeks? Oh my goodness, you must be wetting yourself. Yeah, I bet you can't wait. A Scott EV meeting. There seems to be quite a few starting up, doesn't there? And they really are fun to go to. It's one of the great things about EVs that wherever you go, if someone stops and wants to talk to you, they're really friendly. I am enjoying it. Pete, you're waiting for a test drive. Oh, you might be waiting a long time. I still haven't heard whether dealers are really getting them or not. Hi, Richard, down under. Yeah, I don't think I'll be travelling down for cake and coffee down to see yourself. New Zealand's on my list one day to go and visit, but I don't know how and when I might get across to Australia. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, well, basically the missus has gone shopping at Sainsbury's. There's a Sainsbury's just across over there. And I thought I would come and charge up while I can. And just as I was pulling in, I thought, oh well, let's give this live thing a go and see whether it's any good or not. Hi, Merseyside. Oh yes, I haven't been up that side of the country since I used to work years and years ago, so that's an area that I'd love to visit one day. Yeah, look forward to it, Jonathan. Definitely have to talk sometime about a meetup. I'm itching to get in the car and just head north, so I'm waiting for the missus to give up a job, and then we're completely free, so looking forward to that. I was just struggling a minute ago. One of the things that I've had in the car, the dealership gave me a new set of car mats, and they've recently swapped them for proper EV mats, so they actually fit onto the clippers. But I can't undo the damn things. I just tried to pull them off so I could shake the dust off. I can't get them off. So if anyone's got a Kona out there and you know how to do it, let me know. Neil, hi up. 1st of March, that's not long to go, is it? So get Christmas out of the way and away you go. Torque steer. How much is there? Basically, if you drive in sport mode and you put your foot down more than you probably ought to, then you'll notice torque steer. If you drive normally, you don't notice it whatsoever. If you're pulling out of a junction, yeah, it is so easy on the fly-by-wire throttle to give it a little bit too much. And yes, you can feel it. So the more you plant your foot, if you go to the floor with it, then yeah, you'll notice some torque steer, especially if you're in sport mode. But if you're in a decent mode, a normal comfort or eco mode, and you only go half throttle, which is all you need, then you just don't notice it really at all. It's very, very manageable. I'll just say it's like any other performance car. It's just easier to use. It seems more digital, more on and off. So I think some people might drive it in a way where they are just foot flat to the floor or not at all. And yeah, you'll get some wheel spin and slip in the winter for certain, and some torque steer. Legislation on charge cards and RFID cards and stuff, yeah, it's a bit of a nemesis for me, because I've decided that I'm going to try my best never to use one. I haven't registered for anything. I've got no RFIDs. I haven't subscribed to any schemes, and I haven't logged on and got an account with anyone. And I'll see how I get on with with doing that. I'm sure as I head towards Scotland, perhaps I might need a Polar account. I don't know, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just turn up. I do agree with the principle that it should be like petrol stations. You shouldn't need to belong to the Shell Club or the BP Club to be able to use them. You should just turn up. Problem is, I guess the next stage will be you can do that, but they just charge you more. So if you want cheaper rates, then you do have to subscribe. All these messages, they keep popping up, and I can't quite see what they are. So I apologise if I've missed your message so far, but they keep disappearing quite quickly. 'They 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 keep disappearing qu How much per mile on charging? Have you worked it out yet? Well, it depends where you charge. It can be anything from completely free, where I am right now. It's supposed to be 35p a kilowatt hour, and it's free, and it's been free for months and months. So it's brilliant while it's free, and it's the only reason why I'm coming here, to be honest. I've only ever charged once when I actually needed it. The rest is convenience. So I've avoided charging at home yesterday because I knew I was coming out, so I thought I'd catch a charge here. Moon dancers wondering how could this ever be kicking the habit. Oh, and that's gone. Sorry, I missed all of that. How do you get your messages back on this thing? Well, yeah, that's a lot of stuff that I don't really get. Tuna sub, whoever that is, so never mind. Great question, Martin. Me as well. Was that the torque steer that you wanted to know about, Pete? Let me know, Peter Hughes, what it was that you wanted, and I'll gladly answer it. Do you know what the light does in the front badge? The light in the front badge apparently, I think, is there for the engineers while they're working on the car to let them know that high voltage is active. So while you're charging and those sort of things, that's what the light means. So it's probably while you've got the heater on and the car's plugged in. Just means that some of the car's live, gives people warning. That's my understanding of what it's for. Yeah, torque steer. Yeah, if you saw EVM's video about driving the Kona and you looked closely at the video, basically he was driving in sport mode and put foot flat to the floor, so of course you get wheel spin. And it's the same with torque steer. If you drive it in sport mode and you give it the full beans, foot flat to the floor, there'll be some. So let's imagine you're overtaking, you're doing 40-50 miles an hour, and you just decide to pull out and foot flat to the floor. Yeah, you'll have some twitch on the steering wheel, that's for certain. But if you're in comfort mode and you're sensible about your acceleration, which you should be in a 200 horsepower car, then it's just not an issue at all. So it's just learning about modulating the throttle, really, or enjoying the torque steer if that's what you like. Uh, Tight turning circle. I haven't really noticed it, is what I would say. I moved from a Fiesta diesel, so I thought when I test drove the petrol Kona, the Kona felt big from what I was used to. I thought it felt wider, and I was a bit apprehensive of its size, but that's because I came from a Fiesta. When I actually got the Kona, probably within a day, it just felt normal. It didn't feel big, didn't feel small, just felt normal, so I was used to it instantly. As for manoeuvring, I just don't notice any difference. It just seems a reasonable level. I think you can always want a little bit more on the turning circle for when you're parking, but I don't find it an issue whatsoever. I have no issues with parking whatsoever. As per any other car, you have to swing in to get into a gap, and you have to manoeuvre a couple of times if it's tight, but that's it. Yeah, I would like a little bit more on the turning circle, but wouldn't we all, in any car really? So no, not an issue. Maneuverability is really, really easy. The camera is essential. I used to think that cameras on the reversing side were rubbish, and why would you want to look at it? But what I find is I'm relying on it more and more. So yeah, the camera is excellent. Yeah, it is. The turning circle on the car, for a car this sort of size and shape, it is just a good manoeuvrable car. I did a video a while ago, didn't I, talking about city driving. I honestly think this Kona would make a great city car. Why should you have to have a stereotype of going for a smaller car like a Zoe or an E-Up if you're in a city? This makes the perfect sense because it's so comfortable, it's so easy, it's so efficient. I mean, really, in a city, you're going to get 5, 6, maybe more. I saw as high as 7.1 miles per kilowatt hour driving in the city. It is a brilliant city car. It's so comfortable and easy to drive. And with such a big battery, you haven't got to charge it very much. So you don't have to have a charger at home. It'd be a brilliant city car, in my opinion. Tony, recent 1,000 miles of Scotland and back in my Leaf cost me £13. Yeah, it is nice, isn't it, when you tell people about the journeys you've done and they ask how much does it cost you. I think I estimated the other day, talking to someone when I was demonstrating the car, they're saying, how much have you spent on fuel? And I said, I think I've done roughly 2,500 miles, and it's probably cost me £30, maybe £35, something like that. It's so cheap. It's brilliant. Whether that goes up with charges, costing more in the future. That'll be a bit of a shame, because it is possible to pay as much for your fuel in an electric car as it is a petrol or diesel car right now, if you pay full price at public chargers. Some of them are priced well and the schemes are priced well, but it's certainly possible to pay the same. Oh, 47 kilowatts, I do like this. I know I've probably bored a lot of people talking about the differences between the 39 and the 64 kilowatt hour, but I'm so glad I got to test that other smaller battery car. It's such a transformation. It really makes you appreciate the car that I've got, because I haven't driven an EV before. I haven't driven a smaller battery version before, so to actually have that appreciation of what it feels like and the difference, it is incredible. So yeah, it's charging nicely here at 47 kilowatts at the moment. Ah, the Nero is going to have different cells, is it? I thought it was going to have exactly the same, but I guess it's a package, isn't it? And I suppose if they're making it with some sense, they're building the module, they're building with the components to bolt around it, the management system, and what they actually put in, hopefully, would be interchangeable with new technology as it comes around. So yeah, maybe Kia have agreed a slightly different cell that goes inside. Interesting. I still find it interesting that Bjorn, when he did a test, he found that the Kona was slightly more efficient, and yet the official figures show that the Nero is slightly more efficient, even though it's a more bulbous, bigger car. Interesting to see what it's really like when it comes out. What's the difference between the electric and the gasoline model of the Kona? I would say when I tested it, basically you'd probably have to go back and look at my last video that I did when I tested the petrol. That was quite a while back, but it feels as tight in its steering and its manoeuvrability, but you can feel the weight difference. The geometry of the car, because of the weight being in the battery low down, does change it. It doesn't make the car feel heavy, the electric one. It makes it feel more solid, in my opinion. So yeah, and of course the petrol one's pretty gutless with the 1 litre turbo. But when I drove it, I was so economical trying to eke out as much as I could get from it, which was about 50 miles to the gallon or 52 miles to the gallon from the 1 litre turbo petrol. So the big differences are the performance and the solidness that it feels. It just feels a more quality car. It feels much better fitted than the petrol version, in my opinion. Well, this is how it goes with live streams, is it? We're 19 minutes in already. I can't believe that. I mean, who sits in their car and just chats to strange people for 19 minutes? Weirdos like me, I'm afraid. Let's try some of these other buttons and see what they're doing. What does this one do? Sorry if I cut you off. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Right, Max Pesh, NCM 622. I'm not up with the NCM numbers and whatever that means. I think that's the cell numbers, isn't it, that you're talking about? I'm really not familiar with those at all and what the differences might be. It's quite funny that I'm quite a technical person. I've got an IT background. I do love data and technicalities, but having left work quite a few years ago, I find myself not wanting to get involved with some of it, so I sort of shut off and ignore some of it, even though I'm really interested. So no, sorry, I haven't researched battery technology. I don't really know the differences between them all the different cells that the different manufacturers are using, and what the benefits are. All I know is I like this one. Oh, anyone that's still listening out there, what's the sound like on this? And is the picture breaking up at all? I've never really sat here on my data on my mobile and used a live stream before, so I'd be very interested to know what the quality's like coming through. Oh, thank you very much. That's good. What's the energy consumption like? Yeah, the heater's on here at the moment. You can't tell what's going on. And do you know, I've never actually checked how many kilowatts I get into the car versus what I get out of a rapid, because all the rapid chargers I've used are free, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll try and pay attention to that and see how many kilowatt hours I've added today, and how much I'm actually charged for. Efficiency, the heater. When I turn the heater on, if it's really cold and you're ramping up the temperature quite a bit, sometimes I've seen it as high as 3.5 kilowatts that it's using, which is, you know, that's more than my oven at home, I think. So that's a pretty meaty electric heater that they've got going. But as soon as it gets near temperature, it drops down to about half a kilowatt, maybe even zero point 0.3, and then switches off and on as it keeps the temperature at the right level. So probably for the very first 5 or 10 minutes it uses a fair bit. After that it doesn't. I tend to use the heated seats and heated steering wheel a lot rather than the heat inside the car, so I don't actually use it a lot. I only turn the heater on a lot if Susan's in the car. She doesn't like it with cold air blowing. Oh, I see, less cobalt, right, okay. No, I don't think it's big enough for that, no. I don't think I can comment any more on that. Is that what you get by going live and public, is it? You get some odd comments. Not that I've tried, anyway. Well, thank you very much, Don. How on earth could I be your favourite YouTube channel? It staggers me sometimes. I'm just a boring old git who likes a bit of IT techie stuff, and wanted to share my experience of going from ICE to EV, and it seems to have taken off a fair bit. I guess there's so few people out there doing Kona specific related things. There's a lot of people that wanted the information, especially. So, do you really? Um, No, I haven't tried any other chargers than 50 kilowatt CCS. That there aren't any. We're lucky in Norfolk to have any rapid chargers. To be honest, I think there are four in total now. There's Well, four locations anyway. There's two Instavolts, two Bannatyne gyms in Norwich that are both Instavolts. There's a Shell that's just opened in the centre of Norwich, and there's a rapid charge at a Lidl shopping place in the centre of Norwich. In fact, the Lidl and the Shell are right next to each other, so it's a bit of a shame really that they haven't spread them out a bit more. So no 100 kilowatts at all, and I would love to do that and find out what the charging curve looks like from cold and from warm on 100 kilowatt. How much it tapers or not, I'd love to find out. So as soon as they've got one, as soon as there's one nearby that I can go and visit, yeah, I'd love to do that. I've got another quarter of an hour to go here until I'm at 80%, so going well on the charging. No, you're right. Sorry, what was the name? I didn't quite catch that. Who was mentioning that you like the channel because I don't try to oversell the car? I was actually quite conscious of that to start with, because I was so upset that I couldn't find another EV that I liked that I was quite gushing, I suppose, about the Kona Electric, because it is a brilliant car, and I'm so grateful and thankful that other people have now reviewed it and said exactly the same, so I wasn't making it up. I do try to say things as I see them. If you ask me a question, you get the answer, whether you don't really want to hear it or not. I'm as truthful as can be, and yeah, that's my style. Why do I think the 39 kilowatt hour charger is slower? Yeah, personally, I haven't really said that in the videos. I suspect there are some physical differences between the two. I've always known that they've stated that on a 100 kilowatt charger, then they both charge to 80% in 54 minutes. So based on that, you know that the 39 is going to charge slower. But for all of the differences, if you add up all the characteristic differences that I've seen, the different noises, the amount of tapering when it's cold especially, it really doesn't seem to like that, and how it's slower when it's hot as well. It just seems to be, I would describe it as more fragile. It's having a lot more protection than the 64 kilowatt hour has. So I would guess there is just some physical differences between the car that haven't quite gone public yet, and I would love to know what they are. If they are the same, then there must have been something wrong with that press car I tested. There must have been. But no, there must be some differences. There must be greater need to protect that battery. And that's what I don't understand. I don't understand why Hyundai would feel that they need to protect it more after the experience with the Ioniq, which didn't have active thermal management on the car. So it is a bit of a mystery to me. I say it didn't. Didn't I read the other day that the Ioniq does have heaters on the battery? So whatever the reason, the Kona you'd expect to be a leap forward, but the 39 kilowatt hour doesn't seem to be a leap forward, and that is a bit of a mystery to me. I can't wait to hear some actual customer reviews of the 39 kilowatt hour to see how they get on. I really hope that they haven't bought a pup. I definitely wouldn't buy one. I can't believe I said it the other day. For those that are watching, I'm not anti-Nissan and anti-Leaf, but I really don't like the car. I didn't enjoy driving it. I'd rather have a Zoe than a Nissan Leaf. But I found myself in a position actually thinking I'd rather have a Nissan Leaf than the Kona 39. It's that serious and that big an issue to me that it has affected me. Navigation system with the charging stations, complaints about it. The navigation system I don't find very reliable. I probably haven't tried enough because I know where I'm going with chargers. I've tried it a couple of times when I've just put in roughly where I am. I want to go and charge, see where the places are, and typically it comes up with car garages. But of course, you know, BMW and Renault dealerships aren't going to be very inspired just to anyone turning up using their chargers. So I don't actually find the list very well up to date. For example, the charger I'm at now, the car itself doesn't know about. So no, the chargers aren't up to date on the sat nav system that comes with the car, sadly. But if it is on there, then it's actually quite good because it's got all the sat nav details for it. It's got the telephone number for it. You can call ahead. It's good. The sat nav system itself, I like it. It's as good as the TomTom level. It's got everything you'd want to do. It shows you all the right information, very clear, very quick and easy to use. The touch screen, yeah, sometimes I feel I have to hold my finger down on the screen a little longer than I'd like, but it's quite responsive. I wouldn't say very responsive, quite responsive. Worst thing about the sat-nav, there's no flashing light or audible ping when you break the speed limit. I would like an option to have the speed sign that's in 4 different places over the car. I'd like one of them to flash a little to tell me that. Alright, see if I can catch some of these comments that are coming through, because I'm missing some of them. Is it good for driving like an idiot? The 39 definitely is. The 64, not so much. There's too much power really to drive it like an idiot. The most idiot thing that's fun in the car is driving very sensibly and finding you've got something like a Golf GTI behind you, and they're right up your bum. And as soon as you get to the 40 limit sign, you put your foot down. Yeah, that's quite fun. I'm sure there are some people thinking, what on earth is that car, as it accelerates way beyond what they can do. It is quite fun. Obviously within the speed limits, of course. So I can't see all of your comments because they come up and then they disappear. What's all this? Super chat messages. Live chat, super chat, top chat. Oh, here we go. All messages are visible. Some of them were... I've heard that Apple CarPlay and Waze app is very good. I've used Waze. It's actually my favourite app system for navigation. So yeah, I do like Waze, but I'm not on Apple. I'm on Android, and it is my favourite. Only on a couple of occasions it's cut out. Oh, there's a Kona. Petrol though. It's rare to actually see a Kona, let alone an electric one. But I've actually seen 2 today, so people are buying Konas. Sorry, what was I alluding to? Oh, right, I'm running out of data on my phone, so that's what happens, basically. I'm about to be cut off, I'm afraid. I don't have a big data allowance. I'll need to buy some more. What was the Pillock doing in the Qashqai? It was really weird. I was driving around a roundabout, and I could hear squeals of tyres behind me. And the more I looked in the mirror, and you can just see him in the mirror in the video, and hear the squeals, he was squealing around alongside me. Why someone would be driving a Qashqai like that? And then there was a junction just ahead that we had to stop at anyway, so he was just being an absolute numpty. I think I used some different words that I had to lower the volume on the video. I thought somebody might find it funny, so I left it in anyway. Yes, I did try the ice version first, and it was what convinced me because it drove better. I really didn't like the lightness of steering on the Nissan Leaf. That's what I didn't like, and um, it was too light on the front end. So driving the petrol version of the Kona made me realise that with more performance and a heavier battery, the handling should only get better. And that's basically why I went ahead and placed the order without having seen the car. And thankfully, yeah, thankfully it proved to be really, really good. Right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I can't believe I've been doing this from a complete unplanned session. So if you liked it, leave me a comment to say that you've enjoyed it, and I'll do another one sometime. I'll have to buy some more data on my phone, though, it seems. Thank you all. I'll get back to the charging now and then go and find Susan for a coffee. Take care for now. Oh, you've cancelled your iPace for a Kona. Neil, bloomin' heck. Well done, I think. You should have got it and perhaps swapped. Anyway, take care. See you all.